Hey y'all, it's Coach D here. Happy Thursday to you all. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I am sitting up here sipping on my fat and energy, well, my fat burning and energy boosting tea. I had a long night last night, early morning, so trying to get this in before I hit the gym. Guys, see me in my workout attire. This is going to be a leg day for me. So, and it's really nice outside. The spring is just hitting here, hitting home, really early, and I do appreciate it. It's my birthday season, April 1st, baby, if a lot of you didn't know. So, Aries in the house. Happy birthday to all my Aries. Happy birthday to anyone who's had a birthday recently. I wanted to hop on here today, guys, and talk to you about condiments and how they could be hindering your weight loss. A lot of times what we focus on is our macronutrients, our protein, our carbohydrates, and our fats, right? But we don't focus on the little things that we incorporate with those macronutrients that make up your calories, okay? And when you are trying to lose weight, that you need to be in a caloric deficit, meaning that you need to be burning more calories than you are intaking, all right? So with that comes your cooking oils, right? That's your healthy fats, which you should be using, things like extra virgin olive oil, non-inflammatory oils. Stay away from vegetable oil. That's a highly inflammatory oil. I know. We were taught by grandma and mom to use vegetable oil to do this and to do that, but it's really inflammatory oil and it's really not good for you in the long run. So, back to condiments. All right. So a lot of times people are like, I'm eating healthy, I'm not seeing any results. What's going on here? And I really had to pause and reflect too on this. So like I said, a lot of things that I share with you guys are things that I practice myself, and it's things that I go through and I've discovered, and I'm like, let me share with the people, because a lot of people might not even be thinking this way, right? So when it comes to your condiments, you should be measuring, guys. And I know it's super, super hard. It's like one of those things that you do not want to do, but it's one of those things that you must do. Because like I said, in order for you to lose weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit. Condiments carry calories. Condiments carry fat. They carry carbohydrates. They carry protein. Protein is not bad. If you can find condiments that's high in protein, amen to you. My recommendation is that you find condiments that are 2 times higher in protein than they are in fats, okay? So that is a rule of thumb, right? And, there are condiments out there right now. I just cannot focus on those right now because that's not what we're here for. All right, so when it comes to your condiments and food, like I said, you need to measure those out. It's no way around it. When you're cooking, you need to be taking things like your measuring tools. Most condiments are going to be in tablespoons or teaspoons. Hey, get you a set. Tablespoons, teaspoons. I have them. I use them, all right? And what you want to do is you want to be cognizant of how much you are using of your, like I said, of your condiments, because they do add to your calories. So for instance, like I was saying with the oils, all right? This is very, very good to cook in, right? But if you turn around and you look at the nutrition label, a serving size of this is only 1 tablespoon. This is half of a tablespoon. So 2 of these is going to equal 1 serving of this. But guess what, guys? In that 1 serving, it's 120 calories. So if you think about it, if you're sitting up here just drizzling, right? You're not even measuring this. You can be potentially putting 200 calories in a serving of food that you didn't even account for. So you might be cooking your chicken breast in here, you might be cooking your fish in here, okay? But like I said, you're not accounting for the 120 calories of olive oil that has been cooked in, right? So if you're just dousing it in olive oil on the pan, you're not accounting for, you're not measuring it out, guess what? You could be eating 200 calories over what you were expecting to. So make sure you measure your cooking oils, guys, because like I said, this will put a lot of calories on your meal and you don't even know it, all right? Now look, let me say this. If you do not want to measure out oils, you can always use cooking sprays. I like this cooking spray right here. This is olive oil spray. It's organic, okay? This has 0 calories, 0 everything. And I like to use this when I am pan searing, all right? This is another way that you can combat or not have to measure out a bunch of oil, right? Pan sear things, right? In pan searing, we know it's quicker, faster way for you to cook anyway. Things on top of the stove typically cook faster than when you have to bake them, right? And it's still decent as far as, you consuming food, pan seared with some oil, keep the calories low, keep the fat low. So I recommend learning how to pan sear, okay, with oil to, cut down on cooking time, and also to help you keep your caloric intake in check, because like I said, when you're cooking with oils and things like that, you're not measuring them out. You're potentially adding on a bunch of calories that you didn't account for, and that could be one of the reasons why you're not seeing weight loss. You're not seeing the results you want because you're eating on extra calories that you didn't even know you're eating on, okay? So, pan searing and cooking oil, okay, spray, okay? Those are one way that you can actually help with that, okay? So put this pan down, move this over here. All right, so another condiment that a lot of us like to use, especially me, is honey. Honey. I love honey. I know a lot of people that don't like honey. That's fine. That's fine. You don't have to use honey. You can use things like stevia, right? You use things like stevia, which is literally 0 calories, right? Some people like to stay away from artificial sweeteners, and that's fine. You just have to figure out what works for you, okay? Stevia literally, on the nutrition label here, has 0 calories. It's 1 gram of sugar, 3 grams of carbohydrates, and the serving size is 3.4 tablespoons, okay? So when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you are measuring this as well, because like I said, it has carbohydrates in it. It has sugar in it. So make sure that when you are logging your food, you are logging your stevia as well, right? But back to the honey, all right? Honey. 1 tablespoon is 60 calories, guys. 60 calories. So when you are logging your food, you need to be making sure that you are logging your honey. You need to make sure that you are weighing your honey. Measuring your honey. It's no way around it. You have to make sure that you are measuring your honey so that you're not overeating. This right here, dousing it on, you literally could be double the serving of your honey if you're not measuring it out. 2 servings equal 120 calories. 2 servings is going to equal, look at the sugar in here. Total carbs, 17 grams of carbs. Total sugar, 17 grams of sugar, guys. And I am a honey lover, right? But when I do not want to add, like if I know I'm going to have, say like some grapefruit or something like that, it's on my meal plan from my coach, and I put the honey on it, I'm measuring this out. So I'm making sure that my carb intake and my sugar intake is not going through the roof because of this, right? You have to make sure that you're accounting for everything, because everything is going to add to your macros. Everything is going to add to your calories. I cannot stress this enough, okay? So if you want to stay away from weighing, go with things that you know are low or none in calories and low in fats, carbohydrates, things like that, okay? So if you don't want to use that, find you something like a stevia, all right, that has no calories in it, all right? Okay, so now we're going to go to another common condiment, ketchup. Ketchup is one of those staple condiments that we love. Believe me, I understand. Oh, let me put this on Do Not Disturb, y'all, because I'm famous for getting random calls. Then I'll be mad that my video gets paused. All right. All right. Condiments. I'm sorry, not condiments. Ketchup. Ketchup. We all love ketchup. A lot of us grew up on ketchup. It's one of those condiments that make your hot dogs, your hamburgers at the cookouts and everything taste so good, right? But, guys, 1 tablespoon. So let's find our tablespoon, all right? So this is a half of a tablespoon. So double this is going to give you 20 calories. It is going to give you 4 grams of sugar, but guess what? It's 4 grams of added sugar. So that's 8 grams of sugar in this one serving, right? Then you have 5 grams of carbs. Condiments have macros, condiments have calories. You guys gotta watch out for this, right? And so if you're just taking this, not measuring it out, and you're drizzling it on your turkey burger, if you're drizzling it on, your piece of baked chicken, whatever you put in, people put it in eggs, right? If you're drizzling on there, you could be potentially adding 40 to 60 calories. You could be potentially adding 10 to 15 grams of carbs onto your day that you didn't even account for because you didn't read the nutrition label, all right? And I always teach my clients that you need to learn how to read your nutrition label so that you know what you're intaking and you know what you can account for. Condiments are one of those things that you need to account for, right? Especially ketchup. Sugar in it alone should make you stay away from it. Now, they do have other forms of ketchup which are not so high in these things, right? I don't use ketchup a lot, so I don't keep it in my house. This is for my son, right? And I probably, once he's finished this, will go to this alternative. But they have 50% less sugar type of ketchups. They have sugar-free ketchups. You just have to find the alternatives, guys. And I've tasted it before, and they do not taste the same. I promise you, a lot of these alternatives in the store that have the sugar-free this and the sugar-free that, they taste just as good as the ones packed and loaded with sugar, carbs, fats, and things like that. Just find what works for you. And you have to also set your mind to say that this is better for me. A lot of times when we say, oh, this tastes nasty or this ain't for me, it's your mindset. It's because you're sitting up here saying, you're used to what you're used to, and you know that it's 50% less sugar and things like that, so you're just going to automatically say it's nasty. But in actuality, you need to be looking at food and your condiments as things to fuel your body, right? This is not something that you're going to do to feel good. Food going to make us feel good when you're eating all the wrong foods, because guess what's going to spike those endorphins. It's going to be like, oh my goodness, I feel so much better. But in actuality, you're not doing nothing but satisfying a mental space. It's not something that your body needs. It's something that your mind wants. And you've cultivated that, and now you have to break that habit, break that cycle. So ketchup, find a 50% less or sugar-free ketchup. Get this out of your cabinets. Get a more healthier alternative, all right? Make sure you're measuring it if you got to keep this in your cabinet, okay? Another is our, what is this? I don't know, I just drew a blank. Oh my goodness, salad dressing, y'all. Now this is a pretty healthy salad dressing. One of my ladies bought this for me. Shout out to you, Tramia and Monique. Thank you guys, appreciate this. This is some very good salad dressing from Aldi. It's called Simply Tuscan Garden. Now this right here, if you look, 2 tablespoons is 60 calories, which is decent, right? Because alternatively, other salad dressings can have so many calories in it with a lesser serving size. So 1 tablespoon might equal like 140, 160 calories just from a tablespoon. So that's what I say, you have to be cognizant. With this, it only has 5 grams of sugar in it. Total carbs is 6. So in total fat is 4 grams. So like I said, you have to learn how to look at your nutrition label and see what is going to give you the best bang for your buck when it comes to your calories and your macros, and what's going to still make your food taste decent. This still needs to be measured out. Make sure you're taking your measuring spoon and you are measuring out your condiments, because I promise you, this right here is still going to add calories, but it also is going to make a big difference in what you see when you weigh in every week, when you weigh in every day. Like I said, if I don't measure this out, I could potentially be putting 120, 180 grams, calories and things like that on my food just from salad dressing alone. And even though this is a healthier version of salad dressing, it still has calories, it still has carbs, it still has fats, it still has sugar. So you gotta make sure that you are logging this, making sure that you are measuring this out when you're putting it on your salad, okay? All right, next is the peanut butter, all right? Peanut butter, almond butter, all of those good things, right? We all like to put it on our apples. We all like to put it on a piece of toast. Whatever you want to put it on, right? Guess what? Still. Sugar, still fat, still calories, all right? When you look on here, peanut butter has 190 calories to the serving size. 190 calories. Now just pause so you guys can reflect on that. 190 calories is almost a snack by itself. That is 2 tablespoons, all right? 2 tablespoons. Woo, Lord. 190 calories. That is 16 grams of fat. Most women are taking in 20 to 30% of their total daily caloric intake in fat, right? So I'd say that maybe around like 40 to 70 grams of fat, just depending on you, right? So if you're already putting 16 grams in just from a scoop of peanut butter, you do not have that much leeway in your day to eat other healthy fats that's going to keep your hormones in check. It's going to keep your hormones regulated. So guys, be cognizant of the peanut butter. And I know people who love peanut butter. I love peanut butter. Peanut butter is good, but it's also saturated in fat. All right. Then you have sugar here, 4 grams of sugar. All right. It has 6 total carbohydrates, which isn't bad, but the fat intake in peanut butter, guys, is off the chain. So to combat this, do half the serving size. Only do 1 tablespoon, all right? Only do 1 tablespoon of it. I promise you guys, you gotta make sure that you are accounting for these condiments because like I said, 190 can turn it to 300 and something. I'm not doing math right now, but if you do, 2 servings of this could turn into a whole meal, a whole snack by itself, just in peanut butter. So make sure that you are, again, taking your measuring cup and measuring out this serving size of peanut butter, because I promise you, this right here could be a reason why a lot of you guys are not seeing the results you want or not seeing that scale change because you're dousing things and your snacks in peanut butter and you're not seeing the results that you want. Now, your alternative could be almond butter, but some almond butters read the same as peanut butter. It still can have the same amount of fats. It still can have the same amount of sugar, carbohydrates, or higher. So make sure that you are looking at that, all right? Barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce? My son loves barbecue sauce. He's a kid, so I'm not going to deprive him of much, right? I don't eat barbecue sauce in my things. Just because if I do, it's going to be something sugar-free, right? I'm not a sauce person. I don't have to have sauce, but sauce makes, food taste great, makes it taste delicious. I am not against it. I just try to stay away from it just because of how much I know this could contribute to not seeing what I want to see on the scale, which is weight loss or maintenance, whatever I'm in, right? Guys, barbecue sauce has 70 calories in it per serving. 2 tablespoons, okay? 70 calories. Then if you go down here, it has 18 grams of carbohydrates per the serving size. So you guys have to be cognizant. I cannot stress this enough in this video. You have to be cognizant of your condiments. 18 grams just right here. So if you're eating a plate of barbecue chicken, then you're going to eat it with that jasmine rice, and then you're going to have a vegetable that have carbs in it. That plate could be loaded with carbohydrates and you not even know it. just because of the barbecue sauce. It could be taking you over your carbohydrate intake just because you have barbecue sauce on here, all right? They have sugar-free sauces. They have sugar-free barbecue sauce that you can go buy, and it tastes just as good, I promise you. These things are things that I have recommended to my clients, and my clients are astounded. They are like, wait a minute, what? It tastes good, and it's sugar-free. Then you also have to account for on the label that it has fat in it, right? So even with these sauces, either it's gonna have fat, it's gonna be high in fat, it's gonna be high in carbs, or it could be high in both, or it's gonna be either or. It could be low in fat, high in carbohydrates, or vice versa. So you, like I said, learn how to read your nutrition label, guys. Learn it. I highly recommend that you learn how to read nutrition labels so that this helps you be more successful with your weight loss, that you are not prohibiting yourself from seeing what you want to see on the scale because you're not taking into account your condiments, all right? And like I said, they have sugar-free sauces. Like, I love G. Hughes. This is his lemon herb marinade. I put this on my fish, all right? Even though I put this on my fish, it still has 10 calories in it, right? It has 0.5 total grams of fat, 1 total gram of carbohydrates, and 0 sugar. Look at that. So I'm basically adding nothing to my meal by adding this sugar-free sauce. So you gotta look for healthy alternatives when it comes to your condiments, guys. I promise you that you are probably taking yourself over your intake weekly just in sauces alone, just in, like I said, peanut butter, and you're not even accounting for it. This is even relevant to things that you're drinking. Drinks even have carbohydrates in it. Drinks even have some, just high in sugar. You have to make sure that you learn how to read these nutrition labels so that you're seeing what you want to see on the scale, all right? And let's see how that works for you. Try it out. Don't knock it till you try it. Like this sauce right here, I love it for my fish. You have to, you just have to have your mindset shift, guys. You have to say, okay, enough is enough. I'm not seeing what I want to see on the scale. I'm not seeing what I want to see, happen with my body adaptation. Get in to learning your nutrition, because your nutrition is most likely what's stopping you from doing that, all right? And if you need help with any of these things, if you need help with learning how to read a nutrition label, contact me. I have a whole presentation, and I always educate my clients on how to read a nutrition label, all right? If you would like that free course on how to learn read a nutrition label, DM me, contact me via email, whatever you need to do, I will get you that free course, all right? And if you need help with nutrition, period, let's establish a wellness consultation. DM me, message me, whatever you need to do, and we can get on a call today and go over the challenges that you are having around nutrition and establish a plan for you that will work for you. I've helped numerous women figure it out and see the results that they want to see, all right? So this is my tip for today. I hope you guys found value in it. Go get you some sugar-free sauces. Make sure that you go get you some measuring tools, all right? Measure out your condiments, and let's see if that helps you with your weight loss, all right? Until then, Coach D, I'm out.